Beginning of March 2026. Let's see what's coming up and let's see what you missed. Mr. X, every time I see you, you look more and more comfortable on that casting couch. Yeah, I do.
Gonna give it to you. What? Wait for you to get it on your own.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in for our beginning of the month episode. So we're over 4 years in. At the beginning of every month, we tell you what's coming up on the channel. When I say we, that's me and my multiple personalities. We also take a brief glimpse back. I mentioned the casting couch, and some of you know I've had a recent transition in my life. Mrs. X left me. I wish. I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video tonight, so please stay tuned. She didn't leave me. At least, she might have did. I don't know, she's always talking about something and I just don't listen. Anyway, let's kick off the video looking at February 26th. What happened? Well, it was an exciting February for me. I got to watch the most boring ass Super Bowl ever, where the Broncos should have been in it, and I would have been there. My family and I were actually in San Francisco because I live there now, but we didn't go to the game. But I did celebrate like the Broncos won, and me and Mrs. X went to Disney World. Now, one of the things I do on this channel is I document a lot of the extreme experiences. I'm not going to do that as often anymore, although you will see some coming up. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit at the end of this video. But more importantly, I bought some collectibles. I know that's what you want to hear. Which ones? First, a custom symbiote statue I always wanted. This Riot. It's actually in transit right now. So Riot was one of the original symbiotes from Venom's original Lethal Protector series. He was also featured in the Venom movies in a way that didn't make sense, and I'm excited to add that to my symbiote collection. First of a couple post-video edits here, my waitlist converted for the T1000 1/3 scale from Prime 1, the deluxe special bonus edition, whatever. So I nabbed that to add to my collection. I also continued with the PCS TMNT line, the Rocksteady. So I pre-ordered this, although I think it is the weakest in the line. But I'm most likely all in because now I definitely have to get Bebop, even if he sucks, right? I don't know. I've been pretty good at practicing #restraint, so that's where I see something I really want, but I don't buy it. And it came up quite often this month, starting with J&D Griffith statue. Now, what's really interesting about this, it was mainly the price point that held me off, and I thought it would sell out like their Guts did, which is a spoiler. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later in the video as well. But if you're going to go all in, there's two versions. One was a polystone, one was a metal. The metal was over $5,000 for a 1/3 scale statue. I just can't justify that. Although I'm rereading through the manga, and Griffith just reappeared as Griffith like 2 days ago. So it tempted me a little bit. But I'm going to practice #restraint because, you know, $5,000, I can feed a small country for a year. Another one I really wanted that I passed on was the Batman Berserker statue. Berserk statue. So this is made by Prime 1 Studio. It's a clash between Batman and Berserk. And the reason I passed, although this is larger than most 1/3 scale statues, I only collect DC in 1/3 scale. For the most part, you're going to see a little bit of a lie later in the video about that. But all my Batman pieces are 1/3 scale, so it just wouldn't go, although it looks amazing. Also, it had a pretty hefty price tag. I think it was like $2,200, plus who knows what the shipping is going to be. For a 1/4 scale statue, that's really getting up there. Last statue I didn't buy was this Firelord statue. So this is actually a Herald of Galactus, and I've been collecting all of them in this line. As a spoiler, I have one coming very, very soon in the next few months, Morgue. But it was just too buff, and I actually talked about this on my website. Check out the Xtremechannel.com. There's blogs. You can actually subscribe to them. There's daily blogs, 365 days a year, about new statue releases. Now, my favorite statue that arrived, you saw I got quite a few in. I have to cheat a little bit because I'm filming this video way in advance, and I actually have multiple ones in a box that I haven't filmed yet, but you've probably already watched. But as of now, it is the 1/3 scale Howling statue. I said howling because I was killing a bug. Howling statue from PCS. And yes, I did fix the hair since then. Everyone keeps commenting on that. I like this so much. In fact, I put it on this video right here of a top 10 statue I would keep. The damn fly got away. You're like, Mr. X, there were better ones. There probably were. I just haven't opened them yet. Namely, I'm talking about XM Studios Hope and Cable. I haven't opened this one yet, but I think you've already seen it. I don't know. I got to figure out the timing of time travel. As well as this Green Lantern Kyle Rayner from XM Studios. That's the 1/4 scale DC exception piece that I talked about. So go check out those videos. And if you can't find them, it means they haven't launched yet and they're coming up in March. So let's talk about March. What else is coming up? Well, we have our normal videos. So what does that mean? That means another for sale video at the end of the month. Statues started selling again, so you'll see new pieces coming in there. You'll see a few more travel videos of some of the travel experiences I did document, a few your questions answered, and of course, statue review. One video I'm really excited about, I actually take a tour from the past and I look at over 100 statues that I used to own, and I tell you how many of them I still own, and you're gonna be shocked at the number. But lastly, why most of you are here, what collectibles can I look forward to? Well, let's check those out. So this one you've seen on the list for a little bit. It's a custom morph statue. So this should definitely arrive. I'm really excited about this because it's one of my last few X-Men pieces. I think I have one more after this arriving. So hopefully that comes in along with the J&D guts that I was discussing earlier. I know it's on a container, so it should be coming. I was told March, so we will see. Very excited to get this. There's already been a lot of videos out there, and just as a content creator, I avoid all the pictures and videos so I can kind of form my fresh opinions when I share it with you. I've had tracking on PCS's Casey Jones, another Turt statue, for quite a while now. So that should definitely arrive. That's one of my most anticipated pieces. Another one that's shipping, but I don't know if it'll arrive or not, is their Michelangelo. And then other than the Rocksteady, I actually have all the pieces. Nope, take that back. They have a Krang as well. Can't even remember the statues I ordered. That's when you know you have a problem. But Casey Jones, for sure, we will see that. You would think that Elite Creature Collectibles, who said this is shipping in Q4 of 2025, for the record, it is almost Q2 of 2026, is their Jaws piece. Now, a lot of people have talked to me about this. This never happened in the movie. It was a tiger shark, yes, but this is based off the Universal Studios prop. That here's a picture of me and my family at it. We've been there many times. It's one of our favorite places to go. I also have tracking on PCS's Vader bust. So this is a fine art bust, which means it's like a diorama mixed in one. And if you're a big follower of this company, you know that they recently revealed some new pieces, including a Venom, including a Wolverine. And if you follow me, you know those are some of my favorite characters. I did not buy those. If you want to find out, again, check out the Xtremechannel.com to check out that blog. Paid shipping for this custom Magneto on Throne, going to be one of my largest quarter scale, if not my largest quarter scale ever. It's coming on a pallet. It's so large, so I'm very excited about that. That should arrive near the end of March. Excited to bring that review. Scared to move it after I put it on the review table. Not this review table, the review table at my other house. Another piece that's going to be just as large, quarter scale, Dark Side on Throne. This is a custom, and I'm really bothered by this because it's an amazing, amazing piece, but I don't think I'll be able to display it properly. I think I have to downsize it. It has two different portions, and I'll talk about that in the review. So all of those are great reasons to not only like this video, but make sure you're subbed to the channel. 60% of you aren't. Turn on the notifications, because most of you, when you have the notifications on, they don't even tell you anyway. And we are so close to the next giveaway. In fact, by the time this airs, we may have hit it already, but I suspect for sure we will hit it during March, which would be awesome. And we're going to give away 3 statues, all valued over $1,000. Now, to the subject at hand I promised to talk about. So why am I in a different city? Why am I in a different house? I had a fantastic job opportunity that Mrs. X and I weighed the pros and the cons, and I had to relocate to the Bay Area, and which is a fantastic area. It's a melting pot. There's great people, great food. The weather's fantastic. The ocean's right there. There's mountains very close by. There's hills all over. Traffic sucks. Cost of living sucks. But I was able to take an opportunity to run a very large company, and it's going fantastic. Absolutely love it. The one thing is my family still lives in Denver. Now I'm going to Denver 3 or 4 times a month, even though football's over. It's like my normal life where I'm traveling every single week. Anyway, I just get to sleep in the same hotel, although it's actually a house with a casting couch. So a lot of people have been asking me, is it worth it, Mr. X? Your family living in one place, you living in another? So far it has. And that doesn't take away the fact I dearly miss them all the time. But I'm getting to do something I love, something that is very beneficial to my family and our future. I'm still seeing them almost as much as I used to because I traveled all the time. And let's be honest, I now have a bachelor pad again. Who doesn't love that? And I bet you Mrs. X is digging hanging out with all my statues in Denver all the time. What do you guys think? Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Yes, we're still giving away $1,000 statues at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. You have to make sure you're subbed to the channel, you like the video, and then leave a comment. We're going to pick a random comment on a random video and give away those statues. In the meantime, check out some of these other videos and my social media. Talk to you soon. Take care.